Welcome to Edu Talks at KPL, where we go beyond achievements and explore the real journeys that shape them. Today's conversation is all about resilience, clarity, and courage to stay the course. In this episode, we will unlock not what just has worked, but even what has changed and what parents and teachers can learn from her journey. Ms. Divya, welcome to Edu Talks at KPL.
I'm so happy to be here again. I came to public library, I think last month after the results came. There was a function here,
Awesome.
and I'm so happy that this is a second podcast that I'm attending, and I think I can play a major role in guiding students to prepare this examination. Many of the students didn't know about this exam, but I think this is something which, more than an exam, it has played a huge role. This journey, civil service journey, has played a huge role in shaping the character. So I think the students who are interested in pursuing this career should definitely go for this examination. It is a very beautiful journey that I think everyone should at least live once.
Divya, after completing your engineering, you chose UPSC. Was it a clear decision from before or did it evolve with time?
Ma'am, the decision to join civil services actually evolved with time, because during my graduation days, I don't know this is right, but I felt like, okay, engineering is not my cup of tea. I personally think that if you have to do a certain job, we should have a lot of passion towards it.
Sure.
Otherwise, we will see it as not as a job, but as a punishment. Okay, I'm not very much interested in it, even the labs. So I chose a different path. Initially, I was not clear about civil services. I just want to do something different. That is my intention initially. And during my college days itself, I was not able to perform very well. And at the age of 20 or 21, has thought that, okay, I was not able to reach a specific level when compared to my peers. So that was my first thought. And initially, I prepared for other examinations like the CDS, Combined Defense Service Exam. But later on, I started thinking about my experiences during the NSS, National Service Scheme, during my college days, and my interest in this public policy. And also, I felt like, okay, civil services is something I can make use of the knowledge that I have. So I started thinking about this preparation, and I started to watch lot of toppers videos, which actually motivated me more. And the preparation itself has played a huge role, because during this preparation we have to study about subjects like ethics, in which we will get an opportunity to study about the best practices done by different civil servants all over our country. So which has motivated me a lot, and because of that, I was able to go through this long journey. I think if my initial intention was I want to do something else, if that was only there, I would have given up in my first attempt. But this is almost my fourth attempt after facing multiple failures. But this exam has motivated me, and this exam has shown me the purpose of the service. That actually helped me to make my mind and pursue this career.
Ms. Divya, when you look at your initial attempts, what were those gaps that you didn't realize at that time in your approach and preparation?
Ma'am, I'm somebody who failed in each and every stage of this examination, because we know that there is prelims, mains, and interview. I get to know about this, how to prepare on each and every stage after the failure only, because I saw it as a learning opportunity. And when it comes to prelim stage, the first very mistake that I have done is that I was not very much aware about the syllabus, the previous year question papers, and previous year question paper will help us to understand where to limit. There are some instances in which we tend to be more specialist in one specific subject. This exam is designed for a generalist candidates who know basic things about different subjects like economics, politics, etc. So the first understanding is that when it comes to prelims, I need to very much aware about the syllabus of this examination. I need to analyze at least 10 years of previous year question papers for both. Prelims paper 1 is a general studies paper, and second one is a CSAT paper, which includes maths and English. So in my second attempt, I focus on these things. I practice daily. I create a proper to-do list, and I organize my day as per that to-do list, which gave me that sense of fulfillment. After each and every day, I felt like, okay, I have done something. It was not like I'm wasting my time. That was when it comes to prelims, that helped me a lot, and I was able to clear prelims in my second attempt. And when it comes to mains for the first time in my second attempt, the very big mistake is that I only prepared for prelims till that. I didn't focus on the mains and answer writing part. That was a major mistake from my side. So then I focus on writing more answers daily. I wrote more than 10 questions a day, and I focus on my optional subject. My optional subject was sociology. The optional subject can play a huge role. We can the marks, our ranks may be depend on that subject. So I given enough time for my optional subject. I revised it very much, and I tried to write the answers a lot. And proper mentorship is also very much important when it comes to this exam. I regularly take test and mentorship, and try to incorporate what all changes that I need to bring in
Yes,
my
when you
answer.
meant mentorship, who was
Yes.
your mentor at that time?
For my main subjects, it was Muni Darshan sir from Fortune IAS Academy. This is the academy that I prepared for this exam.
Sure.
And for the optional subject, I studied from Jeevan sir. He's also from the same academy.
Miss Divya, what changed in your final successful attempt that made the big difference? Was it mindset, strategy, or small changes in life?
Ma'am, I think it's the combination of all these things, like the mindset, strategy, and the small changes that I can incorporate has actually played a huge role. Because during my last attempt, I was very much aware about this examination and what it is the demand of each and every stage. That helped me to remain calm and more composed during this preparation. And the mental health is very much important because these days students suffer a lot because of that, the stress and anxiety. But I was very calm, so that I was able to prepare well. And this, when it comes to the strategy, I was very much aware about what all things I need to focus in the prelims, like revision and practice. And when it comes to the mains, I know that I need to write answers as much as possible. I need to complete the test papers on time. That is very much important. And when it comes to the interview stage, which is actually played a huge difference in my preparation, because I was somebody who was isolated for so many years, like around 2 to 3 years. I was like living inside a cocoon. That is a very big problem. My social sphere was very much limited. I was only talking to my friends. During my previous attempt in my interview stage, what is the major problem is that I was not talking to the people. And because of that, during that interview, I felt like underconfident. I felt like if I say something wrong, these are the people who are very much experienced. What may they will think of me? Because of that fear, I was escaping from the questions. I was not able to deliver an answer in a proper manner. But in the last attempt, I get to know that this process itself is known as personality test. For the personality test, I should speak. Then only they get to know about me. That understanding created a huge difference. And in fact, in the chairman of the UPSC interview board for my previous interview and also this interview was the same person. And the first question he asked me when I get inside that room was, have we met before? That created a okay, I was happy because I am meeting somebody who I met before, and this room is very much familiar for me. This was the same room in which my previous interview has happened. So I was very much aware and I was confident. I tried to make in a conversation. Whenever they are giving an opportunity, I tried to speak a lot.
So that they could understand your personality.
Yes, yes.
So what you're saying is you groomed in different dimensions to crack the deal.
Yes.
All right, awesome. Miss Divya, you have chosen sociology despite your engineering background. How can students make decisions on their subjects or stream without blindly following a trend?
I think, ma'am, this is very much important question because at the time when I was choosing sociology, I was not aware about these optional subjects very much. I saw a topper's interview in which he told that, okay, sociology is a subject which is very small when compared to other subjects, and we were able to study it with that small time span. We can able to complete that topic. So this was my only idea at that point of time, and I've decided, okay, sociology is my subject. But I personally think that don't take that decision like that. First of all, I chose sociology because my graduation subject is electronics and communication engineering, which was not provided in the list of subject provided by UPSC. So I have to choose some another subject. I think there are different aspects on which we have to work before choosing as optional subject. First one is our interest. There are different subjects. We first understand in which subject we have huge interest. Otherwise, it will be like a waste of time. So interest matters the most, then we can go for the better study ecosystem. Another thing is that we can consider also is the overlap, because sociology has an overlap to the one of the GS1 subject, Indian society. So we can, the paper 2 of sociology is very much connected with this subject. We can also consider that aspect. And other than that, proper peer group will also help us, because if you have a friend or one or two, we can discuss this previous year question papers, and we can come up with beautiful answers which will help us to prepare this exam. And also we'll get different perspectives also. Two individuals have two different perspectives on a specific issue. That will help to make our answers a little bit more diverse. So for me, I think the interest matters, the study ecosystem matters, proper peer group matters, and also I think we need to analyze the syllabus and also the previous year question papers. Based on that only make the decision of optional subjects.
And if students are confused, how will you, what is the one idea that you can give how to choose the subjects?
Ma'am, basically I think these all are the things that we have to consider. And if you want, we go through some previous year question papers or the toppers. There are different toppers from the optional subjects. The toppers answer copies were available in the online. You can actually refer to that. You can try to read that. Is that
interesting?
Yes, we can choose
that as an option.
Yes.
Thank you. Ms. Divya, preparing over these years, it can really affect your mental health. How did you stay consistent, especially when marks were not favorable?
Ma'am, I am personally speaking, I am somebody who was not very much scared of failures, because even after a failure, I cry for 1 day or 2 days. The next day, I try to think in a different way that okay, it is good that I failed in this phase. Otherwise, I would have failed in the other stage. This is my first thought, because
so you find positives in everything.
In this preparation, I try to think in that manner. And the another thing is that even this mental health is very much important, and the stress and anxiety associated with this examination cannot be neglected, because even I felt that not because of my exam failure fear, it because I got a fever and I was concerned about my health. I started thinking if something happened to me, what will my parents will do. That was my initial thought. So it was during my third attempt, and this was the time in mains is going to happen. So there was a day in which I started thinking like, okay, I just got a small mild chest infection by I think too much, and then I went to the doctor, and I was not able to express what I am feeling. I am saying that, ma'am, when I drink water, I can feel it, and something is there. And the doctor said that next time you drink cold water, you can feel that the water is reaching your stomach. So then that was a funny experience, but then I get to know that okay, this is just an examination. We have there is a life that is very much important than this examination. We have to focus on that, and mental health is very much important as well as the physical health. So what I did is that I try to incorporate my hobbies with this preparation, because I like to draw. So during this preparation, I tried to make different maps so that I can use it for understanding about the different places that was shown in the news. So that is one thing, and I used to enjoy it because there was certain instances like the hostel that I'm staying. The gas stove there is very old, and it take around half an hour to make a coffee. So I fixed that time for reading a one specific text, because the text called a Spectrum for the modern India. So I fixed the time of making that coffee in the morning and the evening for reading this specific text. So this is like a personal challenge for me. I have to read maximum pages within half an hour. In that entire year, I completed that textbook by making that coffee. Generally, I tried to incorporate with my hobbies, and I tried to focus on meditation and talking to people, my friends, and as well as my mentors. These actually helped me to remain calm and prepare well for this. Yes.
Ms. Divya, for those students who are preparing now, and for those students who are confused even in the 10th or 12th, what is that one practical advice that you would give them so that they can manage themselves better and keep them on the right track?
the base is the foundation is the NCRTs that we are studying in school days in the 10th and the 12th.
Okay.
So this is actually building a base, a
Alright.
foundation. And also civil services demands a person who can understand what is happening around themselves. Okay, so they have to read the newspapers.
Yes.
They need to know about what is happening around them, what is happening in this world. They should be a socially and economically, politically aware person.
That you are saying like it's very important.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
that is very much important. You can refer to newspapers like the Hindu or Indian Express, whatever newspaper
Yes.
that was available, they can read. This reading habit will actually help us in all these stages of this preparation. When it comes to the prelims, we need to know there are questions from the current affairs, so it will help in that part. When it comes to mains, we need to improve our vocabulary. We need to write and answer in English. The students, especially those who are struggling with the English language, can use this newspaper for improving their language, because I am somebody who are very much scared of speaking in English, and during my first interview that was also a major challenge. I was scared to speak in English. So this will also help. Other than that, if they want to pursue a career in civil services, after completing their school education, they have to choose a very good graduation, because that phase is also very much important. Sure. Because this examination is designed in a manner that there is high chance to fail in this exam than clearing in this exam. I generally prefer students to have a plan B. It is also good, because sure, I didn't have that. Because of that, I am getting a little bit pressure at that time, because I was not able to clear this examination. What will I do next? Okay. I don't have any other option. Okay. So the most important thing, whatever thing that we are going to do in our life, the decision should be ours, right, not by the pressure from the family or somebody. Wow, who are guides
that's
us.
Beautiful.
We have to take the decision by ourselves, because only after that we can put in a lot of hard work, and we will be able to prepare in a more passionate manner. Right. Only if that decision is ours.
Oh, that's
that
beautiful.
is the most important
So
thing.
what you are saying is the decision should come from ourselves. Yes. And we should be good with communication. Yes. And current affairs.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, dear. Ms. Divya, if you could say just one habit or rule that every serious aspirant should start from today, what would that be?
Ma'am, I think very important habit is that stay consistent. If we are preparing for any examination, we have to be consistent on our preparation. If you work for 2 days or 3 days and give up after that, or take a long break for 1 or 3 months, it will be very much difficult for you. But if you have made the decision that we have to pursue this career, we have to be in that position, we need to be more consistent in our preparation. We need to be focused, and we should have a proper to-do list. We have a proper timetable, will help us to be more consistent and more more aligned with that preparation. So I think that the consistency is a very important habit that the students should have.
Whatever we are preparing, your preparation should be consistent every day. Yes. And you also told about the timetable. Yes. And follow that.
Yes,
right. That is just one habit that a serious aspirant should start. Yes, from today.
Yes,
thank you, dear. Ms. Divya, we all believe that we are unique. See? So, is it right that everyone will follow the same route, or what is your advice to students about choosing a career?
Ma'am, I personally think that there is no rule that we should follow somebody. Right. The most important thing that is that what we feel inside, what we want to do in this life. If the major factor is that this is our one and only life. True. So we have to live it with fulfillment. Very so nice. Whatever you are doing, that think twice. Like, think if you wanted that thing in your life. If you want it genuinely, only go for that. That is the most important. You can try journaling also. If you can write something like you are talking to somebody who is 10 years younger yourself. Okay. And you can also talk to the 10 years elder yourself. All right. So what you feel like, if you are writing to the younger self, if you are writing like, I am proud that I make this decision, then go for that. Okay. If you are talking to the elder self of yourself, you are writing that, okay, I don't think I regret. Yes, this is something we can try. But okay, whatever we are doing in our life, our interest matters the more than what other people say. We can take their advice, because many of them were experienced in that service. So we can take their advice, and we can consider the pros and cons of that specific thing that you are going to do in the life. Based on that, create an analysis of by yourself and make the decision. That is very much important. All right. So what you are saying is,
know yourself,
Yes.
and then if a person is 20, when he's 30, just look back and see whether you regret with the same career
Yes.
or no, and if the younger self also, whether they are happy with it or not.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
so now what you're saying is like we will really come to a final diagnosis, is it?
Maybe
Almost.
like I
That's what
don't
you
know.
did.
Human mind can change anytime, but
Like,
this is something I.
have you journal like that?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. During this preparation, not every day, but twice or thrice I have done that,
Wow.
and I felt like okay, it's good that I made this decision.
Very good.
So
You are happy with your own decision
yes,
from
ma'am.
inside
Yes,
also.
ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank you.
so much, Ms. Divya. And we wish you all the best.
Thank you,
And, may you guide with this podcast also many students and many parents out there who are, just focused on going behind others. And what you are saying is no, know yourself and then follow your passion and excel in your life because we just have one life.
Yes,
Thank you,
ma'am.
Divya. Thank you.
Thank you.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and trust your journey. This is Dr. Shiny signing off from Edu Talks at KPL here at Kottayam Public Library.